after this year?
I mean, for the most part, I just kind of focus on my day-to-day stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, like, everything's going to be where it's at, and I don't try and, force things or, like, sway things one way or the other. I just try and do my part, and I know at the end of the day or at the end of the season or whatever, like, things will be where I want them to be, and, this team will be where they want them to be. Like, you just take care of your day-to-day stuff. Like, I think everything kind of works out in the end. I don't try and, look too far into the future and plan too far ahead, because things can change at any point. So I don't think about that stuff as much.
But you're human. So is there a blueprint that you use that someone else followed that has helped you navigate through this?
I mean, I think everyone's, seasons are different. Everyone's free agency is different, and everything with contracts and whatnot is different. So, I mean, everyone probably handles it a little differently. I mean, I'm sure some guys kind of let the pressure of, trying to get your numbers into a free agency, like, kind of overwhelm you and you're pressed too much. So, like, I try not to let that happen. I don't want to say not care about it, but I mean, I try not to worry about it, and just play, and whatever happens, happens.
About the team overall this season, give me your perspective of where the Cubs are at this point.
If we're able to just kind of stay healthy and keep riding out the waves of the season, I think we can, make it to the end of the year and, in a good spot.
Kyle, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Kyle Tucker, current Cub, former Astro, along with current Cub and former Astro Ryan Presley. And there's a video tribute right now taking place here in Houston, honoring their contributions with the Astros over the years. The Cubs strongly encourage the use of all public transportation, especially CTA buses and trains, when traveling to Wrigley Field. For all games, the Cubs offer a free bike valet service located by the Addison Red Line Station. For details, visit cubs.com/transportation. Coming up, the Manager Show, next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their low, flat-rate tuition was about half of what I would have paid at other universities. So not only did I earn an accredited degree I could afford, I got the skills I needed to take my career to the next level. And I did it all without taking on any new student loan debt. Start your WGU journey today. Apply free at wgu.edu.
Cubs, Astros in Houston. Time now to hear from Cubs manager Craig Counsell, sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Here's Coom.
Counts, let's go back one series to the St. Louis series. Just your thoughts. It kind of back and forth. You come out with a split. Your thoughts on the series?
Yeah, I mean, it's, it ends up 2-2. So it's, I think we had a chance to probably the second game, obviously it's a 1-run game and, we did some good things in that game and we did some bad things in that game. So you're a little frustrated by that one, but we came back and we played 2 really good games. And, just proud of the way we pitched. We went through a time in the rotation, frankly, where we gave up, I think, 8+ or 7+ runs in 6 straight games. And so then to get back-to-back shutouts, that's a big deal. And it's I think, morale booster for the pitching staff for sure. And we pitched really well, starting with both starters, Matthew Boyd and Shota, and then the bullpen was outstanding both days. So, that's a baseball season, man. You get punched a couple times, you get, woo, a little bit on your heels or whatever, and then you got to come back and you got to play good baseball. And we did that the last 2 games.
The game 3 of that series, Matthew Boyd taking the mound after two losses in St. Louis. Your thoughts on his performance? Because for all of us, we've all been in that situation where you need a big start from your guy. He came up with an outstanding performance. Your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I mean, he's just been great all year, and the consistency of his starts. I off the top of my head, I probably had around start 15 or 16. And I remember maybe the one in Cincinnati would be really the only one that I'd maybe say he'd probably say that wasn't a good start. The rest of them, he's been pretty darn effective and pretty darn consistent and give us a really good chance to win. So I think we won that game in Cincinnati, actually. But I think he's been just so solid. And I think there was risk when we signed him. I think Jed did a great job in this situation of understanding where this player was at and where he was at in his history and where he was going. And we've gotten a brilliant first half from him.
Game 4 of the series, Shota pitches. Performance, obviously 5 innings. He was dominant. In your comments yesterday, you said it looked like he had never missed a beat. How did he come out of that? I mean, obviously the performance and the numbers look great.
Yeah, I think really we couldn't have asked for anything more from Shota. It was a very hot day. You're concerned about that. You're concerned about the first time back on the mound. It's a division big game. And he handled everything perfectly, and we got him to the perfect place. We got him through 5 innings. We got him at a little lower pitch count, 80 or 79-ish, and he threw up 5 zeros. So I think it's a great foundation for him moving forward that we can kind of say, okay, Shota, just go do your thing now, normal start. And he had success doing it, and he won us a big game.
We're in Houston now. This Astros team, same record basically as the Cubs, and they've been playing pretty good baseball. Your take on this Astros ball club right now?
Yeah, I mean, excellent pitching is what the story of the Astros has been. This team probably best, you could argue, best bullpen in Major League Baseball. A whole bunch of strikeouts in their bullpen. We're going to miss maybe the best starter in so far this year in Major League Baseball, but they've just pitched really, really well. So it's hard to score against them. Their offense has been average-ish, but it's been really hard to score against this team. So they beat the Phillies yesterday 2-1. That's how they win games. They just pitch really, really well.
Good luck here in Houston.
Thanks, Coom.
That's the Manager Show. Craig Counsell, Zach, back to you.
Coom, the baseball board next on The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
If you want total control of your education, you've got it at WGU. You're not tied to traditional semester schedules at WGU and can even graduate ahead of schedule by proving mastery of the material you already know. This means you can finish your degree in less time and for less money. See how your knowledge can give you an edge at WGU.edu.
You don't need to use an oversized AI model for everything, just like you don't need to use an axe to slice a cake. Find out how smaller models can deliver the right results and help cut AI costs up to 90% at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Shop the red, white, and blue sale at Grand Appliance for unbeatable deals, like a massive 32 cubic foot Samsung French door refrigerator for just $13.99, and Grand's exclusive AI technology. That's appliance intelligence, and there's nothing artificial about it. Grand's highly trained experts deliver an unbeatable experience that includes quality sales advice and fast professional installation. Learn more at grandappliance.com or one of Grand's 11 local showrooms. That's Grand Appliance, Chicagoland's hometown appliance experts since 1930.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shadin Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and find out why Shadin sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shadin is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
The Chapelwood United Methodist Church performed the national anthem in Houston tonight. The national anthem sponsored by Patriot Pavement Maintenance, simplifying pavement maintenance for industrial, commercial, and educational clients. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 afternoons on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Cubs in Houston. Who are you banking on? Sponsored by Busey Bank. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Seiya Suzuki, who has a .308 average against left-handers this season with 8 home runs and 20 RBIs. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Rookie right-hander Cade Horton going for the Cubs. 3-1, a 3.73 ERA. Left-hander Brandon Walter on the hill for the Astros. He's 0-1 this season with a 3.80 ERA in 4 starts. He missed all of last year with a shoulder injury. Around Baseball is sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great. Games in progress. Pirates lead the Mets 4-1. Top of the 4th, former Cub Alexander Canario with an RBI double. Other action, it's the Rays leading the Orioles 6-4 in the last of the 2nd. Bottom 3, Yankees 2, A's nothing. The Reds with a 3-0 lead over the Padres in the top of the 3rd. Spencer Steer going deep. St. Louis 3, Cleveland nothing. They're in the top of the 4th. Alec Burleson with a 2-run home run. The Blue Jays lead the Red Sox 3-0. Top of the 3rd. Top 3 in Detroit. No score between the Twins and the Tigers. And the White Sox strike first. They've got a 1-0 lead over the Giants in the top of the 2nd. Here in Houston, it's time for baseball. Cubs, Astros, packed. Run next on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Nico Horner here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their low flat rate tuition was about half of what I would have paid at other universities. So not only did I earn an accredited degree I could afford, I got the skills I needed to take my career to the next level. And I did it all without taking on any new student loan debt. Start your WGU journey today. Apply free at wgu.edu.
Lowe's knows how to help you save this 4th of July. Upgrade your laundry routine with the new and exclusive first-of-its-kind all-in-one vented laundry combo. Wash and dry in just 68 minutes. Save up to 40% on select major appliances. Plus, when you buy more, you save more. Shop Samsung this July 4th at Lowe's. Valid through 7/9. See Lowe's.com for details. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Selection varies by location.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast with a wave of tropical lime flavor, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Ian Happ.
Base hit into right. Cubs win the ball game. Ian Happ, a game-winning single.
Hey, it's Nico Horner.
Diving backhand stop by Horner, throws to first to get it. Sensational play.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer.
This is what you came here for.
You got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, Arturo Tire, James Hardy Building Products, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Dicon Park in Houston, Texas. It's game one of a 3-game weekend series between the Chicago Cubs and the Houston Astros. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. Zach Zaidman working alongside. Big series. Should be a lot of fun. Two very good teams ready to meet here in the Lone Star State. In fact, they have the exact same record. Each team with 48 wins and 33 losses. And this series about ready to get underway. Playing indoors here at Dicon Park. It's a scorching 87 degrees outside, but a very comfortable temperature-controlled figure of 73 indoors. Starting pitchers for game one in the series. Right-hander Cade Horton. He has a mark of 3-1, and he'll go for the Cubs. Left-hander Brandon Walter, who lost his only decision, is starting for Houston. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. The lineups are sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. Leading off for the Cubs tonight in left field is Ian Happ. Kyle Tucker, the former Astro, in right field. Seiya Suzuki, the designated hitter. Dansby Swanson bats fourth. Swanson, the Cubs shortstop. The center fielder is Pete Crow Armstrong. Batting sixth and catching, Carson Kelly. Nico Horner at second base. Justin Turner batting eighth and playing first base. And Matt Shaw will play third base and bat ninth. Those are the Cubs. Here are the Astros. Jeremy Pena, their talented shortstop, leads off. Isaac Paredes in the second spot. Paredes playing third base. Jose Altuve batting third and playing second base. Former Cubs farmhand Cam Smith is the right fielder. Smith batting cleanup for these Astros. Jake Myers in center. Victor Caratini, another former Cub, is the designated hitter. Batting seventh and playing first base, former Arizona Diamondback Christian Walker. Yainer Diaz catching and batting ninth and playing in left, Taylor Trammell. We are ready to go. The Astros are on the field. The Cubs are ready to bat. This series is right around the corner. Back to get it started for you right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for some Cubs talk every morning. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
It's game time. Time to crack open a Yingling. After 196 years, the wait is over. Yingling is finally available here in Illinois. Look for it at your favorite bar or store. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America, and Pat being here indoors in Houston after a very nice video tribute to Presley and Tuck. I can remember playing in some games where after playing two series in a row, 95 degrees, and then you play in a controlled environment, it's almost like a shot of adrenaline. I would think this has got to feel great for the Cubs ball club after playing, 7 straight days in 95 degrees.
You're right. First at Wrigley against Seattle, and then the last 4 scorching days in St. Louis. Temperature heat index right around 100 for
Yeah.
every game. So you're right, Ron. I think we should see some energetic ball players tonight on both sides. And I'm excited because these are two very good ball clubs.
Yeah, they really are. They get same records. You're looking at the Cubs have done it, a lot of offense early in the year. This Houston team is coming. How about giving up 1 run in 3 ball games against the Phillies, which is a very good offense. So could be a very good series here in Houston.
We are ready to go. Ian Happ leading off. Happ batting right-handed against the big, tall left-hander Brandon Walter. And the first pitch of the series is swung on and missed, and away we go. Cubs leadoff man, Ian Happ, sponsored by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Ian gets a base hit, Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Fastball up and away, 1-1. Walter has the feet very close together, rocks and fires. Here's a smash foul down the left field line and out of play. Walter is tall. He's a big boy. He's 6'2", 201. Ron, what's the Cubs' hitting plan against Brandon Walter?
Walter's a guy, he loves to throw his cutter, slider, changeup. Fastball is really the 4th pitch.
Fastball just missed the outside corner. Ron, 2-2.
And that's the point, right? He's going to go slider, more of a breaking ball, curveball-ish type pitch that's a little more east-west than the normal hook, and then try to zip a fastball and surprise you with it.
Happ swings and a change and doesn't get it. Strike 3, and that's the way the ball game and the series gets underway, and the batter is Kyle Tucker.
As a hitter, as a right-handed hitter, now he has done better, Walter, against the right-handed batter, but you've got to get to him before he gets to the change. The change is a good pitch.
Kyle Tucker getting a nice ovation. Some of the fans are standing. Former World Series champion 2022. He and Ryan Presley. Ron, you mentioned were honored before the game. This is a very nice ovation for Kyle Tucker. Tucker returning to Houston. Dusty Baker was the manager of that 2022 World Series team. Tucker facing the left-hander takes a strike. But it was a nice tribute. They had videos and they introduced them both. They both came out of the Cubs third base dugout and acknowledged the fans. Here's a check swing. It's outside, 1-1. It's a good moment.
Yeah, it really was. And fans don't forget, they won a World Series here in Houston, and both guys were big parts of that World Series championship team.
Tucker hits a pop-up into shallow left. Pena, the shortstop, out, makes the catch. Interesting ballpark. It used to be known as Enron Field when it opened. Then it became Minute Maid Park, and now another new name. It is Daikon Park. 315 down the line and left. 366 to left center. It's a very tall left field fence, but very close. Just 315 away, but it is 19 feet high. So you see quite a few line drives that hit the top of that and bounce back onto the field of play. Here comes the 1-0 pitch in for a strike to Seiya.
As a player, I always thought that 315 mark down the line, I never really agreed with that. I thought
Shorter.
It was probably more like 300. Yeah, I did not think it was 315.
Swing and a miss. Foul tip by Suzuki. Deep left center is 399, then 409 to straightaway. 370 to right center. 325 down the line and right. And there are different heights of the outfield wall that come into play. Suzuki takes high and outside. For example, the scoreboard in left is 19 feet high. Then the deep alley in left center for about a 90-foot stretch is 25 feet high. Pitch to Seiya, bounced out to short, scooped up by Pena. The former Gold Glove winner throws him out to end the inning. The wall in center field then is 10 feet high, and it's 7 feet high from right center over to the foul pole and right. Cubs do nothing after a half. Cubs nothing, and the Astros coming up. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6 on the Score.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you, the gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast with a wave of tropical lime flavor, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their tuition was about half the cost of other universities. So not only did I earn a quality degree, I did it without taking on any new debt. Apply free at wgu.edu.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a backseat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
Reminded how loud it gets in this park. It is a dome, so the noise hits the roof and comes right back at you and just kind of reverberates. Game time temperature that we gave you, sponsored by Four Seasons. And the first pitch by Cade Horton hit to deep center, but it is playable for Pete Crow Armstrong, and that's out number one. Pete caught it maybe 5 feet shy of the warning track, just a shade over toward right center. One pitch, one away. Game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, your trusted local experts. Cubs wearing their traveling grays tonight as Isaac Paredes steps in and takes a strike. Isaac, former Cub. Jose Altuve is on deck. Cade Horton, a quick worker, big right-hander, fires again, low and outside of Bender. Cubs in their traveling grays, red numbers on their backs, gray shirts and trousers, blue hats, sleeves, and socks. Variety of shoes. Most wear the white shoes. The Astros have bright orange shirts and dark numbers on their backs. Here's a swing and a smash fair inside third down the left field line. It's going to hit the sidewall. It'll be a single for Paredes. That sidewall juts out to within about a foot of fair territory, so you will see that ball occasionally curl inside the bag at third and then roll up against that sidewall where the shortstop cannot be a spectator. He has to run and get it. Otherwise, the guy might get a double on it, Ron.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You have to be aware of that ball kicking off the side wall. Ian knew that too. You know it's going to be a double. So as a left fielder, if it gets past that sidewall, so you can start cheating in when that ball gets past the third baseman, because you're going to have to go chase it down into the corner anyway. So you start coming in like Ian did, you might be able to hold the guy to a single, the hitter, and that's exactly what Ian did.
Jose Altuve bats. Paredes becomes the game's first base runner, being held by Turner at first. Here's a swing and a high fly ball deep left field. That goes Happ on the warning track in front of the wall, and it's caught by Pete Crow Armstrong, and he fires all the way back to first base, not in time. The throw bounces over the head of Turner, but backing up the play is Kelly. Pete Crow Armstrong, ran about 90 to 100 feet to catch the ball, and then he launched a very impressive throw all the way to first base. It bounced over the head of Turner. That kid has a great arm.
Yeah, he throws this ball from the 366 mark in left field against the wall, all the way one hop to first base. And for Ian had a beat on this ball. He goes to the short porch of the wall, then has to navigate going around the wall.
Cam Smith takes inside
And
run.
by the time you start doing all that, Pete has a direct route to the ball, and Pete Armstrong called him off it and made the catch. Very odd. Wrigley has the indentation in the wall in both corners. This is very unique here in Houston, that's for sure.
Cam Smith, former Cub draftee and farmhand. He was part of the Kyle Tucker trade in the offseason, the deal that brought the Cubs right fielder to Chicago. And Cam Smith, a good-looking player himself, hitting cleanup. He swings and misses. He thought he checked his swing, and so did the crowd, but I think that's a swing.
Yeah, he went past the front edge of home, that's for sure. Yep. First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Now the 2-1 from Horton. Cam Smith takes outside. Smith hitting .271, 5 homers, 28 RBIs. But, Ron, he must be impressive enough to bat cleanup because that's where he is.
Absolutely. Hitting cleanup, and he was just drafted by the Cubs a couple years ago, and he's playing in the big leagues every day.
He takes a strike. He tossed his bat aside thinking it was ball 4. Full count, traveling time now for the runner Paredes at first. No score here in Houston.
It's not making friends with Carlos Torres, I can promise you that.
No, two demerits on his slate so far.
I'd be swinging here if I were him.
There goes the runner at first, the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Didn't miss by much. I thought he was going to get rung up, to be honest with you.
I did too. That pitch missed inside by a couple baseballs. Carlos Torres did not ring him up.
So it puts 2 men on base now. No score first inning. Jake Myers, the batter. Myers hitting .306. 3 home runs. He's driven in 20.
Speed Gun today powered by Xfinity. It's seriously powerful Wi-Fi. Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming. Morton's going to end up throwing 96 or so, somewhere in that range. 95, 6, 7 with that heater.
Houston just swept a 3-game series against the Phillies here at Daikon Park in Texas. Very low scoring series for both teams. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball is low. In fact, the Phillies lost all 3 by the scores of 1-0, 2-0, and 2-1. So the Phillies managed a grand total of 1 run in 3 games against Houston pitching. Here's a liner to right, a base hit. Tucker's going to come up throwing. There's going to be a play at the plate. Here comes the throw, the tag. He is going to be out at the plate. Welcome back to Houston, Kyle Tucker. He fired a 1-hop strike to Kelly at the plate, and Paredes out easily. Good play by both men. Good throw by Tucker and a good tag. And holding on to the ball by Kelly, and that ends the inning on the 9-2 putout. No runs for Houston. They leave a pair after 1. No score. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Jameson Tyone here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you want total control of your education, you've got it at WGU. You're not tied to traditional semester schedules at WGU and can even graduate ahead of schedule by proving mastery of the material you already know. This means you can finish your degree in less time and for less money. See how your knowledge can give you an edge at WGU.edu.
Just one bite of the deliciously comforting flavor of easy cooking Eckrich smoked sausage is enough to take you all the way home. Its naturally hardwood smoked taste sends you away to those summer days with Dad at the grill. Take a bite and see for yourself. Eckrich.
How did Ella make her way to the top? It all started with one smart decision. She test drove a certified used truck from her local Ford dealer. It was inspected, backed by a Ford warranty, and fit her budget. A Carfax report was the cherry on top. Soon, a pinch of confidence became a truckload of ambition. Cupcakes became customers. Customers became regulars. Hola. Turns out, Ella's next great investment was herself. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. See dealer for full program and limited warranty details.
Brandon Walker, the big left-hander, facing Dansby Swanson as the second inning gets underway. First pitch outside. Pretty good play. Nice execution, Ron, to end the bottom of the first inning.
Boy, no doubt. That ball's hit on a one hop to Tuck, and he was able to get his footwork and everything going, and then throws a one hop strike to Kelly, who made a nice catch on the hop and just simple tag. Just very well executed play. And Brady's out by a good step and a half.
Tucker charged it aggressively, came up throwing. And the 1-1 to Dansby, hit in the air, left field, down the line, long run, Trammell over toward the line, dives, can't get it. The ball bounces away in the corner. Swanson around second, he's going to try for three. The throw to third, not in time. It's a triple for Dansby Swanson. Trammell tried a diving play and fell down after he missed the ball in the left field corner. He vanished from our view for a full 3 seconds, Ron. The next thing we saw was a ball coming in late, and it's 3 bases for Dansby.
I'm going to say that's one of the shortest hit triples in Major League history. It bounces down, and the ball bounces on a warning track and then bounces way up to the top of the wall and then kicks around down there. Good job by Dansby continuing to run and turn what really should have been a double into a triple.
About this, the Astros have the infield in the top of the second inning with Pete Crow Armstrong up there. And Pete, with a count of 0-1, has an RBI opportunity. Cubs trying to score first. Lefty to lefty the pitch. Swing and a miss. Now he has to put it in play. So what's the approach?
You just gotta slow things down a little bit if you're Pete. Try to get a strike. That's been the problem in that St. Louis series. They started not to throw him strikes, and he was getting himself out.
Now the 0-2. Fastball is high. Triples by the Cubs. With that triple, Great Lakes Credit Union makes another donation to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. Join GLCU's mission of banking for a greater good at glcu.org. And the 1-2. Outside breaking ball. Now it's 2-2.
Good take by Pete on that sweeping hook. Second inning is brought to you by Seaglass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time. Cubs could use one of those hits right about now.
Lefty to lefty the pitch. Outside, didn't miss by much. Now it's 3-2.
Excellent job by Pete, not chasing the slider or this fastball off the plate away.
And it was outside. A good call by Carlos Torres, the umpire. Now the count is full and the delivery. Swinging a bouncer, first base side fair. Glove by Walker, steps on the bag, out number 1. Holding at third on the plate, Dansby Swanson. Pete Crow Armstrong hit it right down the first base line.
Pete wondering if that ball was fair. I kind of agree with him. It was very close, but, obviously the umpire's standing right on the call, Brian Walsh, standing right on the line, 5 feet in front of the play.
Now Carson Kelly with an RBI opportunity. Smacks it foul toward the third base dugout. There's not much room in foul territory here at Daikon Park in Houston. The alleys are very big in the outfield. I already gave you the heights of the outfield fences. But you don't see a lot of foul outs here. Only about 40 feet between the bases and the dugouts on each side. And even less room behind the catcher to the backstop. Only about 35 feet, I would say.
Yeah, I always characterize this ballpark as a hitter's park. I know it's big in the middle, but it's always been a good hitter's park.
Swinging a foul back by Carson Kelly. Cubs had the leadoff triple by Dansby Swanson. Crow Armstrong bounced out with the runner holding. And now it's 1-2 on Carson. He's got 26 runs batted in. Would love to add to that total right now. The stretch by Brandon Walter. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. A high fastball, and now there are 2 down. And it's up to Nico Horner.
Now chased a little high fastball. Had one good pitch to hit, fouled it off, and then the elevated heater. Astros did a very good job of, just the strikeout. They're the league leader, 27% strikeout rate, which is very high.
Nico fouls it away. Nico's been a very good clutch hitter. Trying to come through right now and drive in the game's first run. Cubs won the final 2 over in St. Louis. Houston was sweeping the Phillies the last 3. 2 very good teams. The lead by Swanson, the 0-1 to Horner, popped up. Shallow right center, Altuve out, Smith in. Smith, the right fielder, makes the catch. And the Cubs squander a leadoff triple. We go to the bottom of the second inning. No score. Cubs and Astros on the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Pete Crow Armstrong here. Pat and Ron call every game on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Going on vacation? We're here for it. With kids who turn a backseat into a courtroom drama over whose tablet is louder, whose charger is faster, and why watching the same cartoon for the 100th time is a human right? Yep, we totally have vehicles to handle that. Because whether it's a road trip or a business trip, where your flight's delayed, your phone's at 2%, and your dinner, whatever's open, yeah, here for that too. Enterprise, we're here for it.
If you want total control of your education, you got it at WGU. You're not tied to traditional semester schedules at WGU and can even graduate ahead of schedule by proving mastery of the material you already know. This means you can finish your degree in less time and for less money. See how your knowledge can give you an edge at WGU.edu.
Next Thursday, July 3rd, the Cubs celebrate the 100th anniversary of Cubs radio broadcasts. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs Bluetooth speaker presented by Marriott Bonvoy. Be here for it. Get your tickets at Cubs.com/tickets. Pat?
Okay, Zach, bottom of inning number 2. Cubs let a great scoring chance slip away in the top of the inning. Dansby Swanson leading it off with a triple and never moved away from third. So still 0-0 as Cade Horton goes to work on former Cub Victor Caratini. Victor, the designated hitter, he just keeps showing up. Various places. He was in Milwaukee after he left the Cubs, San Diego for a while, and now here he is DHing for Houston.
On a switch hitting catcher. He's a guy that can do a lot of things for a club. He can play first base. He did in Chicago, and we know he can. He's always been able to swing the bat and be a run producer. He can spray the ball around the field.
He hits a fly ball to left. Should be playable for Happ. It is. And that's out number 1. 0-0 game. The batter, Christian Walker.
And to me, a left-handed hitting catcher and then a guy that can do the job and multiple things. He's a valuable guy.
Walker left Arizona as a free agent after 8 seasons in a Diamondback uniform, and the first baseman struggling now with Houston, hitting .214, and he is signed through 2027. 10 home runs. He still has the power, and 37 driven in. Here's the 0-1 fastball strike from Cade Horton.
I wonder if coming to a different ballpark here in Houston in that short porch in left field and trying to hook the ball all the time, if that has been part of the issue of the average being so low. You get into the pull mode of trying to pull everything, and if that's not your natural stroke, that can be a problem.
Bouncing ball left side, backhanded, and under the glove of Swanson. That's going to be a base hit. It was a tough chance. Shaw dove in front of Dansby. That may have blocked his view of the ball. It then skipped under his backhanded attempt. I got to say base hit.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where I think Dansby got caught looking at Shaw, thinking he was going to catch this ball, and then pulled up right at the last second, and then it surprised Dansby and just goes to Dansby and passed him in the left field.
It is a base hit for Walker. The batter, Yainer Diaz. And Yainer swings and misses. He spells his first name Y-A-I-N-E-R, but he pronounces it Yainer. Now the 0-1 pitch on the way from Horton to Diaz. Bounce back toward the mound slowly. It gets by the mound. Swanson gloves it and shovels it to Horner on the bag. Ball not hit sharply enough to get 2. It's a fielder's choice. Score at 6-4. A man at first, 2 down for Taylor Trammell.
It's one of those balls that kind of hit like a changeup. Horton, I'm sure, is upset with himself that he didn't field that ball. If he catches that ball, it's probably a double play. You know, he was an infielder in college and a very good athlete. But sometimes the ball hit back at the pitcher can be almost like a changeup, and you can't judge the speed of it because it's so close.
Here's the first pitch to Trammell. Plus, Ron, as you make that point, there's that other factor of the pitcher kind of finishing his follow-through. Yeah. And some guys, because of the violence of their delivery, they're still moving a second or a second and a half after they release the ball, and that's a factor in trying to field your position.
Yeah, no doubt. What they try to teach the pitchers is that drive leg, that back leg, you want that leg to come over the top of your landing leg, so you're really not squared up to the hitter when the ball is hit.
No score, second inning, swing and a miss. That might be the best fastball that Cade Horton has fired tonight. They count on Trammell, 2-1.
97, you're right, yeah. Our reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Now the 2-1 from Cade Horton. And that's right down the middle for a call strike. What's on your mind for 2-2, Ron?
Well, he's got good fastball tonight. That was 97 also. I like the elevated fastball. Maybe you buzz one up there, top of the zone or higher. You might get a strikeout.
And the 2-2. It's downstairs. Traveling time now for the runner Diaz at first. Just getting started in a weekend full of ball between these two teams. An hour earlier tomorrow. 6:15 starting time and 1:10 on Sunday afternoon. Monday is an off day. There goes the runner, the pitch, and it missed somewhere. I'm not sure where. Possibly low. Carlos Torres, I was waiting for his right arm to pump out. Let's take a look at it again. Nope, we're not going to see it.
It was down. It was just in the strike zone in our monitor, the square that we have for the strike zone. That ball did not hit it. It was just down.
2 on, 2 down. Jeremy Pena will take a strike. This guy has had quite a great start to his brief big league career. He's won a Gold Glove. He's been an MVP in the ACLS 2022 and a World Series MVP in that same year. Swinging a foul back, and he's still just a very young ball player.
He's off to a great start this year, hitting .323, 11 and 40, Pat, as a shortstop hitting leadoff for a team, that is expecting to be a playoff team.
Pena batting with 2 outs and 2 on, 2 strikes. Cade Horton fires. Look out. He gets hit in the left shoulder, and that will load the bags. Cade just trying to back him away on the 0-2 pitch to maybe set up something for 1-2. And that got him either in the elbow or the left rib cage area, and it got him flush. He never fell down. But Pena walking slowly up the first base line, and now the bases are loaded, and Tommy Hotovy, the pitching coach, is out to see about Horton.
Yeah, 0-2 pitch. This is an odd one for me. It was an 0-2 changeup that he threw that hit him in the rib cage. Not hit him direct in the ribs. So Pena, 89 is 89. You get hit flush in the ribs, that's going to hurt. I'm surprised at the pitch selection, though. Right on right changeup to Pena on an 0-2 pitch. That's his third pitch. Right? That's a pitch he's just learning this season.
Isaac Paredes, the batter. 2 down, bases loaded. No score. We're in the second inning. Paredes had a single to right his first time, and he'll take a strike. 0-1. The next offering popped up foul and back out of play. Now it's 0-2. What are you thinking?
I would not throw the changeup. The last time he threw it 0-2 didn't work out real well. I would elevate a fastball and see if he could get Paredes to swing through it.
Paredes had a single, and then he was cut down at home trying to score on a base hit by Myers in the first. Here comes the 0-2. Low one outside.
Good block by Kelly. That's always dangerous. He's throwing that hook down into the dirt. Kelly smothered that one really nice.
Paredes has the habit of kind of lunging into each pitch. He hits one in the air, foul down the left field line. It did not have home run distance.
Well, if you recall, and we made a point of this a year ago when he got traded to the Cubs, all of his damage is to the pull side. He is a dead pull hitter. And in this ballpark, it kind of fits him here in maybe Fenway with the short porch and left. But if you can get him out of sync as far as his timing off a little, for a dead pull guy, that really makes it tough on him.
Here comes the 1-2 to Paredes. A liner to left coming in. Happ makes a great diving catch. A wonderful diving catch by Ian Happ in left field. It was a gamble. If it gets by him, 3 runs might very well score. But Happ came in, dove, and made a great backhanded catch, and then rolled over on the turf and held onto that baseball. That's how you win Gold Gloves, and Ian Happ has won a couple of them, and he might win another one at the end of this year. The Astros do not score. They leave 3. We go to inning number 3. Lots of action, but a 0-0 game. And you're listening to The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their low flat rate tuition was about half of what I would have paid at other universities. So not only did I earn an accredited degree I could afford, I got the skills I needed to take my career to the next level. And I did it all without taking on any new student loan debt. Start your WGU journey today. Apply free at wgu.edu.
Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
You look great. What have you been doing? I found Zelthi. If you qualify, their providers can prescribe the same active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s for 80 to 90% less without insurance. All of mine shipped right to your door.
Get started with Zelthi today for just $39. Call pound 250 and say keyword CARE. That's CARE to pound 250.
We're going to call that play by Ian Happ the catch of the game.
There you go.
Catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Discover a weekend getaway in Des Moines. As we go to inning number 3, Justin Turner starting tonight. He will take a strike. But discover a weekend getaway in Des Moines where only the S's are silent. Find all the fun at catchdesmoines.com. Let me correct one thing as Turner takes outside. I shortchanged Ian Happ. He's won 3 Gold Gloves. He's looking for number 4.
I saw him when he was coming into the dugout. He was giving it the wave of the finger. He goes, "No, we had 3 Gold Gloves."
I will try to figure out how Ian heard that call later on.
It's Gold Glover.
And a goal listener, too, apparently. Here's a chopper foul into the Cubs' third base dugout.
No, that was some play. Talk about the game-changing plays. That bases loaded and 2 outs, you come in and make a diving catch. And to your point in the call, if he doesn't make that catch, that probably scores 3 runs.
2-2 to Turner. Bounce toward the middle. Might be a tough play. Backhanded by the second baseman, Altuve, and he throws to first in time. Pretty good play. Altuve at the age of 35 still can make the plays necessary that require a lot of range as a second baseman.
Yeah, he goes to the shortstop side of second base, fields this ball, and backhand pops up and makes a good throw across the diamond. This guy has been a very good player for a very long time.
Matt Shaw will take a strike. I forget who it was, Ron, but somebody way back when said, as you go through your career, notice how very few shortstops and second basemen, once they get to be 35, notice how few of them continue to play every day at those 2 positions. And it really is true.
It is.
You can count on one hand at any time across the board in the big leagues, probably, guys that age or older that are still playing every day at short or second base.
Yeah, extremely difficult. It'd be just, the running and the agility that you need to play those 2 positions, and just the overall speed you got to have to play there. And Altuve has been one of the best second basemen in our game for a long time.
Matt Shaw trying to start a rally here in the 3rd. 0-0 game. Brandon Walters' pitch hit foul off to the left out of play. Now, Ron, you played a few games here as a Cub back in the 2001 season. We were here in September. We were here actually after 9/11, as I recall.
That's correct, yeah.
What do you remember about hitting here?
I just loved hitting here. I thought this was a great park to hit in. You get, for a right-handed hitter,
fouled away. Shaw still alive.
You've got a very short porch in left that's incredibly close. Since that time, they have moved the right field wall out a good 10 feet. It was played very short and straight right from like the 370 mark, which is right at the bullpen, and right center to the right field line. I thought was about 10 feet shorter, and you'd hit a line drive to right, and it would end up in the bleachers instead of, bouncing into the wall.
The 0-2 pitch fouled away by Shaw.
And then the other thing that they've changed is in center field, they used to have a hill, and it was, 430 to straightaway center or something like that, right? And they've eliminated that. Now it's just, straight wall across at 409.
But I've always liked this ballpark. I think when you build a new ballpark, you want it to be unique for your club.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down here in the third. No score, nobody on, and Ian Happ the batter. But when these two teams were in the same division, we saw them 18 games a year, 9 here, 9 at Wrigley, and boy, were there some battles. They had Craig Biggio and Jeff Bagwell, and Roy Oswalt was their ace, and Billy Wagner was their flame-throwing left-handed closer, and they had Moises Alou for a while, and Moises became a Cub.
Yep.
They had Derek Bell. They had Brad Ausmus catching. They had some very good teams here, and those were great ball games. Ian Happ takes outside for a ball. The Cubs had Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor for a while. Later, Greg Maddux against those Astros. Derek Lee, Ryan Terrio, Aramis Ramirez.
Yep.
Just being here tonight brought back a lot of memories of how many games we had here and how many exciting games we had here.
2001, the Cubs, the year I was a Cub, we were in first place, I don't know, 3 straight months, something like that. I mean, the Astros caught us that last week or so, week and a half of the season.
Now the 2-1 to Happ is outside. Let's see if Ian can get something to hit on 3-1. He might. Scoreless game. Lots of action so far. And now the 3-1. Happ swinging and missing. The young left-hander fooled him with an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, he's got a great changeup. I saw that this morning. You know, that's why there's not a lot of fastballs. It's cutter in, changeup. He goes cutter in, slider into the righties, and changeup.
Happ takes strike 3 call. Cubs do nothing. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Nothing game. Cubs and Astros. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday afternoons with the Spiegel and Holmes Show, 2 to 6 on the Score.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you want total control of your education, you got it at WGU. You're not tied to traditional semester schedules at WGU and can even graduate ahead of schedule by proving mastery of the material you already know. This means you can finish your degree in less time and for less money. See how your knowledge can give you an edge at wgu.edu.
How did Ella bake her way to the top? It all started with one smart decision. She test drove a certified used truck from her local Ford dealer. It was inspected, backed by a Ford warranty, and fit her budget. A Carfax report was the cherry on top. Soon, a pinch of confidence became a truckload of ambition. Cupcakes became customers. Customers became regulars. Hola. Turns out, Ella's next great investment was herself. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. See dealer for full program and limited warranty details.
If you're fed up with the increasing costs, endless escalations, and slow response times of Microsoft Unified Support, it's time to look at a third-party alternative. US Cloud now supports over 50 companies on the Fortune 500 list, offering faster response times, 24/7 support, and 30 to 50% savings over Unified. US Cloud is the enterprise solution that CIOs trust. Learn more at uscloud.com. That's uscloud.com.
Jose Altuve is on deck for the Astros. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Bottom 3 Cubs and Astros are scoreless. Indoor baseball, roof closed, 73 degrees. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Pat?
Jose Altuve will lead off the bottom of the third inning. First 2 pitches have missed the strike zone from Cade Horton. Altuve Fly to deep center his first time. He'll take a strike, and now the count 2-1.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Horton coming back. Altuve takes a strike, 2-2.
That's that. He gets around his fastball sometimes, does Horton, where his middle finger is not throwing through the ball, but it's on the side of the ball. And he cuts loose that fastball. That's 96 miles an hour, and it's just boring away from the right-handed hitter. That
Next
pitch
in the dirt.
Only took a bite out of Kelly right in the mask.
Huge crowd here at Daikon Park in Houston. Looks like it's going to be very close to a sellout. I think they hold about 40 to 42,000, maybe a few more. And now the 3-2. He walked him. Tried a breaking ball on 3-2 and missed low and away. Altuve to be held by Turner. And Cam Smith is the batter.
Yeah, the one thing that you don't like doing, and for Horton, he's a strikeout guy, that's for sure, with the stuff he's got, but he's also walked 3 guys now in the first 3 innings, and that is dangerous.
Toss to first, not in time. The uniform descriptions we gave you earlier, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, here's a drive foul, out of play. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Cade Horton with a brand new ball. The 0-1 to Smith. Late swing. Look out. A foul down below. That ball was almost in the mid of Kelly when Smith swung at it. And that didn't even come close to fair territory.
On deck hitter Myers went back farther behind home plate.
I don't blame him. Here's the 0-2. Cam Smith swings and fouls back. This guy does have a nice swing.
Yeah, he does. He's, you got to tip your hat to him. He hasn't played much baseball professionally, and he made this team after the trade, and he's really doing well. You're hitting 270. That's pretty good right now in this league.
Breaking ball missed. 1-2, no score. We're in the third. Couple of first-place teams in this series. Cubs leading Milwaukee by 3 games right now. Here's the fly ball, shallow left center. Racing in, Happ can't get her. It's a base hit. Advancing to second is Altuve. Smith with a bloop single. And the Astros threatening again. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the Spiegel and Holmes Show. Afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
We're going to be playing the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game as we move along. Houston threatening here in the third. 2 men on, nobody out. Jake Myers takes inside, ball 1. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. And now the 1-0. Low and outside. Now you're getting into a dangerous area. 2-0 to the number 5 hitter with 2 men on. I'll go ahead and start the guesses with 42,124. Here comes the 2-0 now. Fastball strike. I'm surprised the number 5 hitter was not more aggressive on a 2-0 fastball. How about you?
Yeah, same here. He took a heater in the outer third. Didn't even flinch at it like he was expecting to swing.
The 2-1. Now it's low and outside. 3-1.
2 men on, nobody out. Horton could really use a ground ball to Dansby or to Shaw.
And the 3-1 from the Cub right-hander. Down low, ball 4. And now a full-blown jam. Bases loaded, nobody out. Tommy Hotovy, the pitching coach, out to the mound. And the Astros with the number 6 hitter, Victor Caratini, due up.
When there are times, I think, in this game like today and just watching this inning, Horton pitching away from contact, trying to be real fine and strike everybody out or not have the ball put in play. And to me, sometimes you just got to go on the attack and take your chances on them hitting a ground ball at somebody or popping up because your stuff is so good. He's got such a live arm that, you just got to be more on the attack in the zone. I'm sure he's trying. It's just not working out that way.
Nobody out. Bases loaded. Victor Caratini coming up. Houston had a man cut down at the plate trying to score on a 2-out single in the first to end the inning. They left the bases loaded when Happ made a great diving catch in the second, and now threatening again here in the third. Caratini takes low for ball 1. Cubs keep the infield back. Runners lead at all 3 stations. Time called by Caratini. Caratini does not run well. As Ron said, he would be a double play candidate. Here's the 1-0, low and inside, ball 2.
Both of those pitches just down. The one before, first pitch of this at bat could have been called a strike as borderline. This one just down.
Caratini swings and misses. He might have chased ball 3 right there.
Yeah, he did. That pitch was down. Cubs with the corners in now. You see Turner at first and Shaw at third playing in.
Caratini hits a high fly ball, shallow left center. Pete Crow Armstrong is going to catch it and throw to the plate. Altuve is going to try to score. The throw to the plate, not in time. 1-0 Houston. The other runners held at first and second. Pete was upset at himself, Ron. I don't think he made his best throw. And I saw him kind of slap himself in the thigh as if to say, I could have made a better throw there.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's one of those plays where he uncorked kind of a low throw and it bounced twice before it got to the catcher, Kelly, because the ball was not hit all that deep.
It's a sacrifice fly for Caratini. Houston leads 1-0. Runners remain at first and second with 1 down for Christian Walker. And he swings and misses.
I think Altuve was trying to deke the Cubs outfield also by just kind of standing very casually at the bag like he wasn't going to go. And then all of a sudden, as the ball was getting real close to being caught, he jumped on the bag and took off.
Swing and a miss. I think you and I both expected him to tag out.
I did, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. What you have to remember is this Astro team is really struggling to score runs. They have not been banging the ball around the yard much. So if they get a chance to score a run, they're sending the guy. That's how they got the guy thrown out at the plate in the first. And they're going to take chances on scoring runs. Absolutely.
0-2 on Walker. And the pitch to Christian Walker popped up. This ball is going to be foul and out of play. Carson Kelly, the catcher, came over near the screen, near the first base dugout, had no play. Getting back to Crow Armstrong, I think sometimes an outfielder run is so concerned about making a good, strong throw that they don't get the exact grip on the ball before they cut it loose.
That very well could be.
Walker waiting for the 0-2 from Cade Horton. And it's a swing and a miss, strike three. Best fastball of the game from Cade Horton. Quite possibly that is his first strikeout of the game, somewhat surprisingly. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. 2 down. If he can escape with only 1 run, this would be a benefit.
Yeah, it'd be big bonus, absolutely.
Yainer Diaz, the batter. And the pitch on the way to Yainer. Deep drive to left. Back goes Happ. It's a 3-run home run. Three-run home run for Yainer Diaz, the number 8 batter in the order. And Houston takes a 4-0 lead.
This is the slider, and it stays up in the zone and out over the plate. It's about bell tied. Diaz just goes out and hooks this ball. Hits it right into about the 3rd row of seats in left field. And that short porch in left.
For Diaz, his 10th of the year. Here's a bouncer out to short. Swanson will throw out Trammell to end the inning. But the Astros score 4. And this 3rd inning and this slow down in the action brought to you by Iservay. Iservay. We go to the 4th. Astros 4, Cubs nothing on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Get paid today at CG&J. CG&J is always buying jewelry and coins. Located at 176 in Terracotta in Crystal Lake. Check us out at cgandjcoinandgold.com. Experience the difference experience makes.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their low flat rate tuition was about half of what I would have paid at other universities. So not only did I earn an accredited degree I could afford, I got the skills I needed to take my career to the next level. And I did it all without taking on any new student loan debt. Start your WGU journey today. Apply free at wgu.edu.
At Mayo Clinic, we are conquering the unconquerable by leading the way in innovative regenerative medicines to help people with chronic medical conditions. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Pirates all over the Mets, 8-1. Top of the 7th inning, Brian Reynolds, a 3-run home run.
Zach, we go to the 4th inning. Kyle Tucker leads it off against the left-hander Brandon Walter, and the first pitch is fouled away. What else you got?
The Orioles lead the Rays 8-7 now in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Yankees a 3-0 lead over the A's. They're in the last of the 7th. Jazz Chisholm Jr. going deep. Home run number 12 for the Bronx Bombers.
Lefty to lefty, the 0-1. Bouncing ball right side, fielded by Altuve. Short toss to first in time. 1 away.
Other action around baseball, Nick Martinez has not allowed a hit for the Reds. They lead the Padres 8-0, bottom of the 6th inning now in Cincinnati. Bottom 8, the Cardinals lead the Guardians 5-0. Alec Burleson with a 2-run home run. Top of the 7th, Blue Jays 4, Red Sox 0. In the 6th inning, it's the Twins 3, Tigers zip.
Seiya Suzuki takes outside.
Giants and White Sox pack tied at 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Top 4, the Mariners lead the Rangers 3-1. The Royals a 4-3 lead over the Dodgers in the 3rd.
Here's the liner, shallow center, dropping in there for a base hit. It's a one-out single for Seiya Suzuki. Let's see if that sparks a Cubs rally. They trail 4-0, and the batter, Dansby Swanson.
Little jam shot by Seiya back through the middle. Second hit of the ball game for the Cubs. The first hit of the game was a triple by the guy at the plate now, Dansby Swanson.
He led off that second inning with that triple and was stranded. There are some Cub fans here in Houston. Again, this gets to be a very loud ballpark, as most dome facilities are. The left-hander Walter is set, and the pitch on the way. Ground ball to third, fielded by Paredes, goes to second, one, and that's all. The throw to first not in time. Out at second, Suzuki on the 5-4 fielder's choice. 2 down, and the batter, Pete Crow Armstrong.
We're taking a look real quick at the pivot at second base to make sure Altuve stayed on the bag, but they did not challenge.
Pete grounded out his first time. Cubs could use a long ball right about now. Pete's hit a bunch of those, 21 for the year. And some have come against left-handers. And I could see him, if he played a lot of games here, he's going to hit a lot of home runs in this park. Very inviting right field fence. And the ball carries pretty well here. There's a breaking ball outside for a ball.
The fourth inning, sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender.
2 down, a man at first. The pitch to Pete. Breaking ball is outside, 3-0. Would you gamble and give him a green light, even though you're down by 4 or not?
I got no problem with that. This early in the game, we're only in the top of the fourth. He's been one of your most productive guys at the plate.
He's taking all the way.
He got a fastball, or kind of a BP fastball, right down the middle.
Three and one with 2 down. Short lead at first by Dansby Swanson. And the next pitch. Swing and a foul back. Good cut. And now the count is full.
Zach handed me a card. Attendance guesses. You've made your guess, right?
I did.
Zach, you want to make yours?
I'm going to go 37,500.
Here's the 3-2. A little dribbler out in front of the plate. The catcher will throw to first low, and it's in time. Diaz grabbed that roller and fired to first low, dug out by Walker, and out on a close play at first, Pete Crow Armstrong. Cubs don't score. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The score, Astros 4, Cubs nothing on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for great Cubs guests middays 10 a.m. to 2. It's Rahimi and Harris on 670 The Score.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their tuition was about half the cost of other universities. So not only did I earn a quality degree, I did it without taking on any new debt. Apply free at wgu.edu.
Great solos don't make a symphony. In music or AI, get AI that's in tune with your business at IBM.com. The AI built for business. IBM.
You want to deliver the best retail experiences, but it's hard, especially with multiple stores, staff, fulfillment centers, GMVs, KPIs, OKRs, and the only thing harder is being in charge of it all. But when you switch to Shopify Point of Sale, you can unify retail operations and guarantee smooth shopping across every location. Shopify POS, the best retail experiences without complexity. Visit shopify.com/without complexity to learn more.
League Leaders are sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Aaron Judge leads the majors in batting average, now hitting .358. Cal Raleigh, 32 home runs to lead the big leagues. He's also the RBI leader with 69. Pat?
Okay, Zach, thank you. Here it is 4-0 Houston. They are batting in the bottom of the fourth inning. Cade Horton gave up all 4 runs in the third. Victor Caratini had a sacrifice fly, and Yainer Diaz had the game's big blow, a 3-run homer. There's a big bouncer to a charging Swanson at short, gloves it, sets the feet, makes the throw, and gets him. And out number 1 as Pena has bounced out to second base. And the batter, Isaac Paredes.
A good start here to this inning. See if Horton can get back on track and just get a good clean inning and pitch ahead in the count. That's one of the big keys for him.
Bouncing ball fair down the left field line. It bounces off the sidewall, and it's going to be a single for Isaac Paredes. A carbon copy of a ball he hit back in the first inning. A ground ball just inside the bag at third. The ball then rolled and curled into foul territory before hitting the sidewall and bouncing out into shallow left field.
Yeah, he's one of those guys at the infield, his ground ball rate, and when he hooks the ball as a ground ball, the second baseman's almost irrelevant. You can just move everybody and shift them way over towards the line.
Altuve checks his swing and fouls it on the ground toward first. The runs allowed by Horton, the first since Tuesday night in St. Louis by the Cubs pitching staff. The Cubs with back-to-back shutouts the last 2 days. Those were the first runs in some 25 innings of work by the Cubs staff.
Yeah, it was some kind of outings, the last 2 by the Cubs pitching staff, just when they needed it, too. Matthew Boyd and Shota, both outstanding.
There's a liner towards center. That's a base hit. Pete Crow Armstrong hustling, trying to throw to second, not in time. Safe there is Paredes on a base hit by Altuve. And the Astros keeping constant pressure on Cade Horton in this game.
Altuve, one of the great high ball hitters, and able to get on top of that ball and drive it back through the middle. That pitch is 96 miles an hour, up and out over the plate. And he gets his hands up above the ball and drives down through it, even though the pitch was high.
The pitch to Cam Smith, hit high in the air, deep left field. This ball is going to leave the yard.
Second 3-run homer of the ball game for Houston. And this an absolute, no doubt, home run from Smith. This is a high fastball, and even they didn't miss it. He hits this ball a long way.
The former Cub farmhand, Cam Smith, with a towering 3-run home run. And Houston now leads 7-0 here in the fourth inning. For Smith, his 6th of the year. He now has 31 runs batted in. And Horton having, really for the first time in the big leagues, a rough outing.
It just doesn't quite have the command that we're accustomed to seeing. He's not been pitching ahead. Walked some guys, and second 3-run homer of the day.
One away in the inning as Myers takes a little bit inside for a ball, 1-1. And Cade Horton coming back. This ball is fouled at the plate. Houston got 4 in the third. They've gotten 3 here in the fourth. Yainer Diaz and Cam Smith each with a 3-run homer. Here's a curveball, strike 3 called to Jake Myers, and that's out number 2.
Might be the best slider he's thrown tonight. Starts out inside, ends up outside corner at the knees. Got the call. Myers thought it was a little low. He might have been right. Carlos Torres thought it was strike 3.
Here's Victor Caratini looking at a breaking ball outside. Caratini drove in the game's first run with a sacrifice fly back in the third. Activity will commence in the Cub bullpen. Chris Flexen, a right-hander, starts to throw. Big crowd in Houston. The Astros winning it all back in 2022. Here's the 1-1. It's taken down low for a ball. And they've got a good club. They really do. They're without their big offensive threat. Yordan Alvarez, he's on the injured list with a broken bone in his hand. Deep fly ball to center, but it's going to be caught by Pete Crow Armstrong, and that ends the inning. The Astros score 3 on the home run by Cam Smith. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. At the end of 4, Astros 7, Cubs nothing on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Kyle Tucker. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their low flat rate tuition was about half of what I would have paid at other universities. So not only did I earn an accredited degree I could afford, I got the skills I needed to take my career to the next level. And I did it all without taking on any new student loan debt. Start your WGU journey today. Apply free at wgu.edu.
At Mayo Clinic, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Shopify Point of Sale is retail made right, so you can give in-store shoppers what they really want.
Like buy online, pick up in store?
Yep.
Can I display in-store stock online?
Definitely.
From every location?
From 1,000 locations.
Email capture, easy returns?
Of course.
Can it make me right all the time?
No. Shopify Point of Sale, retail made right. Visit shopify.com/in-store to learn more.
Take Cubs baseball with you wherever you go in the Chicagoland area with the Odyssey app. Download the app and search 670 to score. Carson Kelly at the plate. He swings at the first pitch from Brandon Walter. Pops it into foul territory and unable to make the play is the first baseman Walker near the railing. It's on the other side in the stands. First strike, 0-1. Cubs playing catch-up here in Houston, the opener of a 3-game set. All Astros so far, a 7-0 lead. Kelly struck out swinging in the second inning. It's 0-1. Walter, the left-hander, works on the third base side of the rubber. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cool, we need your guess in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
37,800.
So all the guesses are in. Walter deals. Kelly looks at a ball low and inside.
2-1.
Walter's done a pretty good job of keeping the Cubs off balance. Just enough fastballs, especially when he's ahead in the count, try to put Cubs hitters away.
Kelly, it's a fly ball to right, playable for Smith, who makes the catch, one away.
But his breaking ball has been good. He's been able to throw a backdoor hook, starting it off the plate away and bring it to the strike zone to the right-handers. And a lot of them have given up on that pitch early, and it'll catch the outer third of the strike zone. And then he has an excellent changeup.
Now the batter, Nico Horner. He flied out his first time up. Here's the pitch. Nico looks at a strike. One of those slow-moving breaking balls that floated into the zone. 0-1 the count. Lefty-righty matchup. And the pitch. And a high fly ball hit to deep left center field. This may go. It's gone. Into the Crawford boxes in left. And you're right, Kuhn. That's home run number 2 on the year for Nico Horner, and the Cubs are on the board. It's 7-1 Houston here in the 5th.
That backdoor breaking ball is the pitch from a lefty that Nico will be able, that his swing plane and path is able to really pull and get elevated. This ball starts out away and ends up down and in, and he goes right down and gets this ball and drives it to left. Second home run of the season for Nico.
First one coming in St. Louis earlier in the week. The batter now, Justin Turner, and he looks at a cutter for a strike, 0-1. A 383-foot drive by Nico. Another hefty home run. Official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strength. That's anything but ordinary as Turner fouls it away out of play off to the right. 0-2.
We were talking out earlier today. I was saying, just how good Nico looks at the plate. He was just hitting line drive after line drive in that series against St. Louis. Some fell in, some didn't, but right on time. And now this one, he gets that cutter down and in and golfs one into the seats.
Turner waits for the 0-2. He looks at a ball low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Walter deals. Tucker swings. Line drive, base hit down the left field line. This will roll all the way to the wall. Turner rounds first, headed for second. Ball retrieved by Trammell. His throw not in time. And Turner has a sliding double.
Good swing by Turner. He gets the breaking ball and stays on it. Doesn't give up on this backdoor hook and just shoots it down into the corner. Good at bat for Turner, and the Cubs got something going here in this 5th inning against Walter.
Now Matt Shaw will stand in, struck out swinging in the 3rd. But an RBI opportunity for Shaw here. Right-handed batter against the lefty Walter with Turner at second base, just 1 away. The pitch. High and tight, ball 1.
Like to see Matty do that same thing that Turner just did. Don't give up on that breaking ball. Starts out away off the plate and comes back to the zone. Just stay on it and then look to pull it.
See if Shaw can do that. The pitch. That's called strike at the top of the zone, a cutter.
Yeah, that's a good pitcher's pitch. You're not going to do much with that. That pitch hit the top of the box in the outside corner.
So 1 ball and 1 strike. As Shaw waits with Turner at second. The pitch. Outside, 2-1. Fastball that missed. 7-1 Astros with 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Walter straightens up, looks at second. That's where Turner is. Now works his motion and deals. And that pitch is inside. 3-1 now on Shaw. Shaw hitting at 214 on the year. 3-1 the count. A long set by Walter. And now the pitch. Popped in the air, off to the left, foul out of play. It's a towering pop-up.
I have not seen a ball hit the roof here or any of the garters that go across. Seen some that seem to come close, but never one that hit the roof.
That one tried. Shaw waits for the payoff pitch with Turner at second base.
Kind of asked, and there have been some balls hit the roof here.
A bluff throw to second by Walter as Turner.
This roof seems a lot higher than the roof in the Metrodome that I played in Minnesota.
Did you ever hit the roof?
I did.
At the Metrodome?
Yeah, I did. It's not usually good, though. It usually means you're out.
I didn't mean to bring it up.
No, it's okay. It's just, it's very high. It's, you have to really sky one to hit the roof.
Walter Pearson gets the sign from Diaz, straightens up, 3-2 the count. Turner at second. Shaw waits. Here's the pitch. And a line drive down the right field line. Racing back Smith. He's at the track, leaps and makes the catch. Tagging and advancing to third is Turner, 2 away.
That ball's well struck down into the right field corner. Little two-seam fastball running away from Shaw. And he puts good wood on it and goes with it. But a nice play by Smith as he's got great speed, we know, and just goes down and outruns this ball into the corner.
So 2 down, Turner at third, and the batter now Ian Happ, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Switch hitter batting from the right side. 7-1 Houston here in the 5th. The pitch is inside, ball 1.
Here's you'd like to see Ian lean on one and look for a ball inside and hit one out of here and get the Cubs back in this ball game.
Happ waits for the 1-0 delivery. Walter deals outside, 2-0. What kind of a pitch are you looking for here?
I'm looking for either a cutter or a fastball in. That last one they wanted inside. Diaz set up inside, and that's why he's going out to talk to Walter. He set up in, and the pitch was way outside, so he missed his spot by 3 feet. And that is alarming if you're a catcher and you got a control pitcher on the mound. So that's why he's out there to kind of get him back on track here, because that last pitch wasn't close.
Walter came up with the Red Sox a couple of years ago, missed all of last year with a shoulder injury. Now he's with the Astros. Turner at third base, 2 down, top of the 5th. Houston a 7-1 lead. Happ at the plate, the count 2-0. And now the pitch. A ground ball snagged on one hop by Paredes at third. His throw to first in time to get Happ, and Turner stranded at third. The Cubs get on the board on the home run by Nico Horner. 7-1 Houston, middle 5 on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their low flat rate tuition was about half of what I would have paid at other universities. So not only did I earn an accredited degree I could afford, I got the skills I needed to take my career to the next level. And I did it all without taking on any new student loan debt. Start your WGU journey today. Apply free at wgu.edu.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zabin with you. We're in the last of the 5th here in Houston. Astros up 7-1. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Cade Horton's night is done. The new man on the mound for the Cubs to begin the 5th is right-hander Chris Flexen. Flexen has been lights out since putting on a Cubs uniform. 14 games, a 4-0 record, a 0.75 ERA. Christian Walker leads things off for Houston. First pitch, check swing, line drive, caught wide of first by Justin Turner. One pitch, one away. The first out brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming as Walker is retired. Horton went 4 innings, gave up 7 runs on 8 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 home runs, a 3-run shot by Yainer Diaz, and a 3-run shot by Cam Smith. Diaz at the plate now against Flexen. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike on the inside corner at the top of the zone. 0-1 the count. Smith was the Cubs' first-round pick last year out of Florida State, part of the Kyle Tucker deal in the offseason. The pitch, a breaking ball low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Diaz, the Astros catcher. Flexen works on the first base side of the rubber. He faces home plate. Now he whirls and deals. The 1-1 is low. So 2-1 now on Diaz. A reminder that on Saturday, July 5th, the Cubs in Windy City Smokeout celebrate country music. Fans who purchase through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special Cubs in Windy City Smokeout themed t-shirt and bandana. The 2-1. Diaz pops it foul out of play off to the right. 2-2 now on the Astros catcher. The left fielder, Taylor Trammell, on deck. 7-1 Astros. Nico Horner, a solo shot for the Cubs. Flexen deals, a breaking ball, grounded past the diving Shaw in a left field for a base hit. So Diaz with his second hit of the ball game. It comes with a 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Taylor Trammell. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk. Hitting from the left side against the right-hander, Flexen. Here's the pitch. High and outside, ball 1.
See if Flexen can induce a little ground ball. Cubs could use a pair here. Nico playing Trammell way around towards the pull side.
The pitch, a breaking ball outside. One on one out for the Astros here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Trammell waits for the 2-0. Flexen kicks and delivers. A swing and a foul glove of Kelly. 2-1. The opener of a 3-game series here in Houston. Playing indoors tonight. It rained a little bit in the afternoon here in Houston. Temperature right around 90 degrees outdoors. And the 2-1. Up high. Apparently. 3-1. I didn't get a chance to look at that strike zone box, but I'm guessing it was borderline. Throw to first. Getting back in. Ahead of the tag by Turner is Diaz.
If Diaz takes off from first, the only reason will be just to try to stay out of the double play. Diaz does not run well.
3-1 the count. Flexen delivers. A ground ball hit on the right side, fielded by Horner to second for 1. Swanson to first, not in time. Trammell has good speed, but the lead man, Diaz, erased from the bases on the 4-6 fielder's choice. 2 away.
Good pitch by Flexen. Induce a little ground ball out. Flexen just had a great year for the Cubs so far.
Yeah, the ERA under 1. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, he has been very, very good.
And now the batter Mauricio Dubon, a pinch hitter for Jeremy Pena, the shortstop.
So obviously, well, Pena got hit in the ribs, if you remember, with the changeup. It was, it's a changeup, but it's still 89 miles an hour.
Dubon swings at the first pitch, bouncing ball, hit to short, backhanded by Swanson, overhand throw to first in time. And that is out number 3. Trammell stranded on the bases, but Pena leaves the game, and Dubon replaces him. After 5, it's Houston 7, Cubs 1 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for every pitch of Cubs baseball. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right?
In the flesh.
Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
If you want total control of your education, you've got it at WGU. You're not tied to traditional semester schedules at WGU and can even graduate ahead of schedule by proving mastery of the material you already know. This means you can finish your degree in less time and for less money. See how your knowledge can give you an edge at wgu.edu.
Ever wanted to stay on vacation longer? Us too. With Vrbo's long stay discounts, you can stay longer and save more on select properties. Gotta love a win-win. Book the perfect summer getaway today with Vrbo Private Vacation Rentals. Your future self will thank you later.
Shopify Point of Sale is retail made right, so you can give in-store shoppers what they really want.
Like buy online, pick up in store?
Yep.
Can I display in-store stock online?
Definitely.
From every location?
From 1,000 locations.
Email capture, easy returns?
Of course.
Can it make me right all the time?
No. Shopify Point of Sale, retail made right. Visit shopify.com/in-store to learn more.
Kyle Tucker's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Pat?
Kyle Tucker leads off the Cubs' 6th inning. And the left-hander deals. Here's a line drive right to the right fielder, Cam Smith. Tucker hit it well, just couldn't get under it enough. And Cam Smith caught it about 10 feet shy of the warning track in deep right.
Just a line drive bullet. You'd like for your 8-iron to go right at the spot like that, but not your line drives.
Now Seiya Suzuki will take a strike. Cubs trail 7-1. Cubs with a home run by Nico Horner for their only run in the 5th inning. Seiya takes low and inside. It's even.
And what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Cubs need a little railing.
Swing and a smash fair past Paredes at third. It'll be a base hit for Suzuki. The ball to the glove hand side of the third baseman. He kind of waved at it and missed it. And it's going to be a base hit for Seiya with one away. Let's see if the Cubs can build off of that as Swanson steps in.
Now I'm looking at the scoreboard. I think they gave that an error.
What do you think?
I think that's a tough error. It's a play that Paredes probably thinks he should have made, but it's also a tough error to get.
Well, bottom line is a man is at first.
I wouldn't change your book. I wrote single too. That'll probably get changed here.
Walter at 81 pitches, nearing the end of his night. Here's a fly ball to left, pretty well hit. That goes Trammell with room, makes the catch. right in front of that scoreboard, out in straightaway left. And that's out number 2, and the batter is Pete Crow Armstrong.
Here, I got one for you, Pat. Pena got hit in the left ribs with that pitch, and he came out of the game.
Right.
They said, why do you think he left the game?
Soreness?
Soreness in his left ribs. Huh. Thanks.
Is that what it said? I went for the obvious.
Yeah, you were right. I was more like, you had to tell us that? He left the game because he has sore ribs. Okay, thanks. I promise you that guy's never been hit in the ribs with a pitch. That I can promise.
You think he kind of glazed it over a little bit?
I'm just, you get hit with a pitch. Okay.
Pete Crow Armstrong takes a slow curveball in there for a strike, 0-2.
Oh, Captain Obvious.
I'll bet he's back in that lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, I would think so.
Now the 0-2 from Brendan Walter. Walter looking for his first win as an Astro. And the big left-hander fires. This ball is swung on and missed, strike 3. In fact, Walter looking for his first big league win here tonight. He leads 7-1 as we go to the bottom of inning number 6. You are listening to The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their low flat rate tuition was about half of what I would have paid at other universities. So not only did I earn an accredited degree I could afford, I got the skills I needed to take my career to the next level. And I did it all without taking on any new student loan debt. Start your WGU journey today. Apply free at wgu.edu.
Shopify Point of Sale is retail made right, so you can give in-store shoppers what they really want.
Like buy online, pick up in store?
Yep.
Can I display in-store stock online?
Definitely.
From every location?
From 1,000 locations.
Email capture, easy returns?
Of course.
Can it make me right all the time?
No. Shopify Point of Sale, retail made right. Visit shopify.com/in-store to learn more.
A reminder that RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Pat?
Zach, thank you. We go to the bottom of inning number 6. Astros on top 7-1. Chris Flexen working in his second inning in relief. Going to work on Isaac Paredes, Jose Altuve, and Cam Smith. Here's the 1-0 pitch, hit high in the air, deep left field, down the line, curling and going foul. And he missed a home run by about 20 feet. Foul to the left of that foul pole.
Yeah, Paredes hit that ball well, hit it a mile in the air.
Paredes with a couple of hits, also lined out. Swings and pulls this one foul. Scored a run back in the 4th inning.
Cubs have continued. Sorry, Pat, go ahead.
No, he was robbed of probably a 2-run single by Ian Happ with a great diving catch in the 2nd inning. St. Louis has won their game. They beat Cleveland 5-0 in back of Sonny Gray. Here's a swing and a high pop fly on the infield. The shortstop Dansby Swanson makes the call and the catch. And that's out number one.
Good pitch by Flexen. Got in on him enough to just get him, pop that ball up.
Well, we're going to take a little look at this date in baseball history after we tell you that the first out is brought to you by Xfinity, because the Wi-Fi is booming. Altuve's been on base twice and scored a couple of runs. He hits a fly ball to right. Tucker will grab this one. And that's the second out in this sixth inning. 7-1, Houston on top. And the batter, Cam Smith. But this date in baseball history is brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. Now is the time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. 1986 on this date, June 27. And this is a record that happened, and it'll never be broken. It possibly could be, but it would be unimaginable. St. Louis, or rather the San Francisco Giants, had a rookie by the name of Robbie Thompson. You may have played against him.
I know Robbie. Yeah.
He set a major league record when he was caught stealing 4 times in one game. Believe it or not, the Giants still won the game. 7-6 in 12 innings. A victory over the Cincinnati Reds.
Well, you know the old saying, someone's got to make the outs.
Well, you know, the thing that always strikes me as kind of comical about it, after you're caught stealing, say, twice, I said that's enough for a night.
Yeah, shut it down.
It's not my game to run.
Yeah,
you know, I'll come back tomorrow.
Night. Yeah, right.
Then he got caught again, and now it's 3, and that would definitely have shut it down for me.
Yeah.
But he tried again. He was determined, and he got caught stealing 4 different times in one big league game. I don't see that record being broken.
No, Robbie might have maybe a little too much coffee that night. He should have tried a little milk instead of the coffee that night.
Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball is high to Cam Smith, and he draws the walk. Smith now with 2 walks, a single, and a 3-run home run against the Cubs, the team that traded him away last offseason. Ron, it's amazing your theory of guys who are traded,
right,
coming back to haunt their former team. It's incredible how often that happens.
I'm telling you, it just there's that extra incentive. I don't know what it is, because you work hard and you play like you're locked in. You don't get to the big leagues because you're not a really good player and locked in mentally, but it's just one of those things. You see it over and over and over, and it happened for me. I just saw it. It is pretty amazing.
Jake Myers will chop it foul. And there's the aspect also that the players know this is a business, and it's part of the business to be traded at certain points. And then the other part that you think about is he's getting an opportunity with a new organization.
Yeah, right.
And that's
Absolutely.
huge. That's what you've been waiting for.
Absolutely.
Right? A chance to play in the big leagues on an everyday basis. But in the back of your mind, you still remember that day when you were traded.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
7-1 Houston, bottom of inning number 6. 2 down, a runner at first. Jake Myers at the plate. There's a toss by Flexen to first, not in time. Dusty Baker, who managed both of these teams we are watching tonight as a player in 1984, had quite a game. Here's a drive to deep right. Going back, it's in the field of play, and Tucker makes the catch to retire the side. It says that Dusty Baker had a grand total of 1 stolen base going into the game on this date in 1984 for the Giants. But in this one game, he stole second, third, and home in the Giants' 12-9 victory over the Reds at Old Candlestick Park. Dusty Baker. Houston does not score. We go to the 7th inning. Let's see if the Cubs can rally and get back in this thing. They trail 7-1 on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Cade Horton. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
If you want total control of your education, you've got it at WGU. You're not tied to traditional semester schedules at WGU and can even graduate ahead of schedule by proving mastery of the material you already know. This means you can finish your degree in less time and for less money. See how your knowledge can give you an edge at wgu.edu.
Carson Kelly will lead off the Cubs' 7th inning against the new right-handed pitcher by the name of Caleb Ort. O-R-T. First pitch missing outside. Carson Kelly, 0-for-2. He'll be followed by Nico Horner and then Justin Turner. Cubs need a big inning. Down 7-1, getting a little bit late. Top of inning number 7. Fastball strike 1-1. Straightaway defense for the Astros against Carson Kelly. The next pitch is in there for a call, strike 2, and it's 1-2. Carson calling time. I don't think he was overjoyed by that call by Carlos Torres.
No, definitely not. Did not see the pitch in the replay, but he's still shaking his head. Thought it was inside and a little up.
But aside from those two things, it was, never mind. There's the 1-2 pitch, sliced foul off to the right, out of play.
Or the big guy, 6'4", 6'5", 250 pounds.
And the pitch by Ort, line to right, a base hit. Leadoff single, Carson Kelly. Let's see if that leads to a big rally. Nico Horner coming up. He homered his last time for the Cubs' only tally.
Now, Cubs, as you said, they need a big inning. Need to flip this around here a little bit. Kind of get back, getting some base knocks. Meat of the order tonight, that's presented by Chef IQ Sense. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com.
Nico takes down low. The outfield pretty much straight away. The defensive alignment is sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at fitzgeraldequipment.com. Nobody out. 7th inning. Cubs trail by 6. Horner takes the ball upstairs. As soon as Nico finishes his plate appearance, we're going to pass along a station ID.
Cubs RBIs today is sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old.
Nico takes high. And Ron, in covering many, many games in this park when the Cubs and Astros used to be in the same division, when the Astros were a National League team, this is one of those parks where you can come from behind and you can have big innings more frequently than in most other parks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nico will take a strike, 3-1.
Part of that, too, is this short left field wall. I mean, it's 315 feet down the line. It goes, about 85 feet straight across. So anybody that puts a bat in their hand at home plate can hit a ball in the seats in this ballpark.
The 3-1 is ball 4, low and away. Now you've got two guys on, and the plot starts to thicken. Anytime you get multiple runners on base, a 3-run homer is a possibility here.
Yep, and Craig Counsell is going to use Michael Busch right here. This is a good spot to use him. Turner is at the plate, but because of the rules, Alt's only thrown to 2 hitters, so he cannot bring the lefty into the game yet. So if you're going to use Michael, here's the spot. You got a chance to get right back into the game with one swing of the bat.
Good call by you and a good move by Craig Counsell. And we're going to make a move for 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk in the morning on the Mully and Haw Show, 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Caleb Ort, big burly right-hander. Ort to face the left-handed batting Michael Busch. And the pitch on the way to Michael. Swinging a high pop fly, shallow left. Racing in is Trammell, and he'll make the catch. I kind of like the style of Busch nonetheless, Ron, of coming off the bench as a pinch batter and trying to take a big swing at that first pitch.
Yeah, he got a fastball down and in the zone, and he put a big swing on it, just hit it straight up in the air. But I like that too. This is, one of those situations where you're looking to do some damage. You get the Cubs back in the game.
Walks to Cub batter, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. And here's the pitch to Matt Shaw. It's a strike. Illinois.com. Remember, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Shaw has struck out and flied to right. And the 0-1. There's a breaking ball in there for a call, strike 2. That's one he could have knocked a long way. Milwaukee leading Colorado 7-4. They're in the 6th inning. Milwaukee 3 games behind the Cubs at the start of the night. There's a foul punched over toward the first base dugout by Shaw. St. Louis a winner earlier over Cleveland. Cleveland will be at Wrigley next week, and so will St. Louis. Look out, a fastball high and inside to Shaw.
Noticed here in batting practice today and in the game, Shaw's really cut down on his leg kick, trying to get less movement, but he's still having some issues, tracking the ball.
He tracked that one low and outside. It's 2-2.
I like that he's cut down on that leg kick. I saw that in batting practice today, that he almost eliminated it in his batting practice swings.
Trammell, the left fielder, way over toward the alley against Shaw. Left field line is wide open. The pitch. Matt hits a ground ball toward third. Fair down the left field line. Into no man's land. This is going to score 2, and Shaw is going to have a double. 2-run score. I have no idea why Trammell was so far over in the alley. I happened to notice it right before the pitch. And as soon as that ball was hit inside third and past Paredes, you knew that 2 runs were going to score, Ron.
Yeah, he was 100 feet from the foul line down the third base line, and then they spin a breaking ball, and Shaw stays on this one. He saw a few of them in that at bat and just bounces this ball right down the line. Yeah, and it just stays into the corner, and that's an easy double and a 2-run double for Matty Shaw.
And now it is a 7-3 ball game. It's not over. Again, things can change in a hurry here at Daikon Park, formerly known as Minute Maid Park in Houston. A left-hander coming in. Pitching changes by the opposition. Those are always brought to you by Sloan. the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit Sloan.com. Cubs have taken a bite out of the deficit, but it's still 7-3 Houston. When we come back after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If you want total control of your education, you've got it at WGU. You're not tied to traditional semester schedules at WGU and can even graduate ahead of schedule by proving mastery of the material you already know. This means you can finish your degree in less time and for less money. See how your knowledge can give you an edge at WGU.edu.
Stephen Oakert is the new left-hander for Houston. And his pitch to Ian Happ is in there for a strike. 2 runs in, 1 away. Matt Shaw at second. Matt now with 12 runs batted in. 2-run double a moment ago. 7-3 Houston leading. The long-haired left-hander will bluff a move towards second. Oakert comes set. Happ is nothing for 3. Ian swings and misses. Interesting run. The bullpen for the Astros comprised of 4 right-handers and 4 left-handers. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. And this bullpen is elite. They come in and they look to strike guys out.
Stephen Oakert's pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is exactly what he has just done to Ian Happ. The strikeout is the second out in the inning. And now Kyle Tucker coming up against Stephen Oakert.
It's good gas right at the top of the zone for the punch out. Ian just a little tardy on that last fastball.
Our engineer here in Houston is David Obert. Not to be confused with Stephen Oakert. Here's a pitch down low for a ball. But trying to say those two names quickly could become overtly confusing.
They have the same barbers, though, he told me. Yeah, none, he said, yeah.
There goes the runner. Here's a swing and a liner foul by Tucker. A little surprised to see Shaw taking off running on that pitch to his teammate with the Cubs down by 4. How about you?
Yeah, same. You got your best hitter at the plate, and you're already in scoring position. You really don't want, you just want to let it tuck yet.
This would be a great time for a long ball. And Tucker hits a high pop-up, foul, playable. And the catcher Diaz will make the catch over near the Cubs' third base dugout to end the inning. Cubs score twice, leave 1, middle of inning number 7. Houston 7, Cubs 3. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi and Harris, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on The Score.
You're a fixer, a sprucer-upper, a home service pro. So why waste time buried in admin and paperwork? Get back to what you love with Jobber, the all-in-one tool that fits your entire office in your back pocket. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
Everyone said college wouldn't fit my budget. Not WGU. Their low flat rate tuition was about half of what I would have paid at other universities. So not only did I earn an accredited degree I could afford, I got the skills I needed to take my career to the next level. And I did it all without taking on any new student loan debt. Start your WGU journey today. Apply free at wgu.edu.
48 new voicemails, 112 emails, 34 quote requests, 16 past due invoices, 5 job sites today, 2 crew members out sick. Being a home service business owner can be a lot more stressful than it seems. But Jobber is here to help. Organize, automate, and grow every part of your business with one platform that can do it all. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
We all want the best of both. Dessert without calories, luxury without expense. And how about security without passwords? With Okta, it's possible. We secure identity for your business, so you can safely use any technology. You can build experiences that are richer and more secure, grow revenue without running up costs, and scale easily, no matter your tech stack. Enjoying the best of both? It's possible. It's Okta. Okta, the world's identity company.
A reminder that all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Huh?
First pitch, bottom of the 7th, line to right, caught by Tucker. Victor Caratini jumped on that first pitch. Hit it hard, but the line drive caught by the right fielder. 1 pitch, 1 away. First out is brought to you by Xfinity because the Wi-Fi is booming. Managerial changes, by the way. All reviews in this game sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Hardest working player of the game today, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
1 away. Christian Walker checks his swing, and that's going to be a strike. 0-2.
Cubs haven't had a lot of offense today, but Nico Horner has homered and walked and scored 2 of the 3 runs the Cubs have. So how about Nico Horner? Hardest working player of the game so far today.
Good choice. For the 7th inning stretch, the fans here standing, of course, which is typical in every ballpark. And the fans near the press box, they turn around and wait for broadcasters and other people along press row to toss them goodies.
Yeah.
And I think you may have started that. Actually, it's been around.
It's been around here for a while, but we started out with the Tootsie Roll throw, and it's graduated into Garrett's popcorn. So, yeah.
And these fans here are very avid, looking for goodies. Now, the only thing I had to throw were these wonderfully lightly salted pistachios.
Did they throw them back at you?
Well, I didn't actually throw any.
I gotcha.
I've
seen you had the bag in your hands still.
The bag is half open
and
half empty. It wouldn't be right to give somebody an open bag, but I was thinking of possibly, taking out a handful and just launching them out into the stands, and that didn't seem like such a good idea.
I bet they'd appreciated that.
Matt said, I guarantee you somebody would have grabbed them. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Christian Walker is the second out in the inning. Yeah, that bag does look awfully similar to the bags on the charter flight last night.
Huh. And I noticed you used the plural bags.
Yes. It might have been that too.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
2 down, nobody on. Yainer Diaz is the batter. So there for a little while you had a battery of Yainer Diaz and a guy with the last name of Ort. Nice combo, Yainer Ort. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And it's a swing and a miss by Yainer Diaz. Flexen has done a good job for the Cubs. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball is high. Cubs trail 7-3, getting a little late.
This seventh inning sponsored by the new Volvo XC90, designed for life.
And now the 2-1. Ground ball toward the middle. Diving stop. Dansby Swanson gets up and throws high. Not in time. The ball over the head of a leaping Turner at first. It's a base hit. Very difficult play. Dansby had to hurry the throw. I don't think he would have gotten him even had the throw been on the money, but it was a great effort nonetheless.
Yeah, great try. Great play by Dansby to knock this ball down. Never did catch it cleanly, but kept it right where he was at. Reaches down, picks it up then. They're diving, and then gives good effort of slinging that ball over to Michael Bush, but threw that ball high.
Trammell, the batter, Taylor Trammell. Spells his name the way Alan Trammell, former Cubs coach, spells.
Yeah. Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, along with his double play combination mate Lou Whitaker. What a tandem they were for a long, long time. They broke into the big leagues at just about the same time.
Right.
And I'm going to say 15, 16, maybe 17 years together.
How about that as a double play combination?
Oh, they were something. Now the 2-0, swinging a high pop fly foul. Might be playable for Shaw. Over near the Cubs dugout. Yep, it is playable, and he makes the catch to end the inning. We move to inning number 8. It's the Astros 7 and the Cubs 3. Let's see if the Cubs can rally. On The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows July 4th savings are worth celebrating. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
When your morning needs an extra boost, choose Starbucks Double Shot Energy. And then choose between delicious ready-to-drink flavors like vanilla, mocha, or white chocolate. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. A good day starts with better coffee. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Cubs down 7-3 here, top of the 8th inning in Houston. This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Patrick.
And Houston looking for their 5th consecutive win. Let's see if the Cubs can turn things around in the late innings tonight. We go to the 8th. It's 7-3 Astros. Bennett Souza, a left-hander. You mentioned they have a very deep bullpen. This guy is part of that depth. 1.57 ERA. Seiya Suzuki leads off this 8th inning and fouls it away.
Yeah, they come in throwing bullets too. First fastball, 95 miles an hour.
Houston managed by Joe Espada. Here comes the 0-1. Low and outside for a ball.
Saya's DHing tonight. Designated hitters for the Cubs. They're sponsored by BBQ Authority. Visit BBQ Authority in Lisle.
Here's a swing and a miss by Saya. Any discussion of the Astro bullpen has to start with Josh Hader, former closer with Milwaukee, serving in the same capacity here with Houston. Still quite good, quite dependable in closing down games. Cubs being out hit 10-7. They need a rash of base hits. Strike 3 called. Suzuki is caught looking, and that's the first out in this 8th inning, and the batter, Dansby Swanson.
Little slider at the knees in the middle of the plate. Fooled Suzuki.
Time to think about you, Ron, to name the Toast of the Game ball player presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. And we would also like to remind everyone to please stay tuned for the Verizon Cubs radio postgame show. Zach Zaidman will prepare that and deliver that for you right after our game tonight. Here's the 0-1 to Swanson. Swing and a miss.
And a tough play of the game. That's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. How about that diving catch by Ian Happ early in the ballgame? Bases loaded, 2 outs, and at the time, that was a game-saving catch.
Now the 0-2, fouled away. Yeah, that was a great play by Ian.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Ron, you pointed out the dominance of Houston in their home park.
Yeah.
As we were discussing various aspects of this series opener, swinging a foul. Their overall home record, 30-13. They just swept the Phillies, but they have won 17 of their last 21 at home. So they've been almost invincible of late. There's a foul off to the right and out of play.
Well, I think it goes right back to what you were just talking about, is the pitching staff, right? You were just talking about how good their bullpen has been. They get 4 righties, 4 lefties. They all strike guys out, and this bullpen, Pat, is striking guys out this season at a clip of 30%. 30% strikeout rate coming out of the pen. So you think about that. You know, guys are only putting the ball in play 70% of the time. That's a big number.
It's a huge number. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's out number 2. Think about how many times we talk about a bullpen guy coming in and say second and third, 1 away, and you're leading by a run or 2, and you're saying, boy, they could really use a strikeout here. They're getting those strikeouts.
Yeah, they're getting them, and it's happening night after night.
(7-3) Astros, 2 down, top of the 8th inning. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong batting against the left-hander. A swing and a pop-up foul and out of play. We'll be right back out here again tomorrow night, an hour earlier or thereabouts. 6:15 game time tomorrow. Is a high pop fly foul, right side down the line over near the stands and back out of play.
39,451. 39451.
I think I heard the attendance is 39,451.
A very good crowd here in Houston for game 1 of the series on a Friday night.
2 down, nobody on. We're in the top of the 8th. And Crow Armstrong swings and misses to retire the side. Cubs do nothing. It's on to the bottom of the 8th inning. This is the score. First of all, the score is Houston 7, Cubs 3 on the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows how to set off your July 4th with savings. Right now, buy one, get one free on select one-coat coverage interior paint via Visa gift card rebate. Plus, get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals for just $10. Hurry, these July 4th deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for more details.
So, I was just parking my car, and then I saw you. The gecko. Huge fan.
I'm always honored to meet fans out in the wild.
The honor is mine. I just love being able to file a claim in under 2 minutes with the Geico app.
Well, the Geico app is top-notch.
I know you get asked this all the time, but could you sign it?
Sign what? The app? Yeah, sure.
Oh, that means so much. Oh, it rubbed off the screen when I touched it. Could you sign it again?
Anything to help, I suppose.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your next fill-up.
Okay, Zach, thank you. First pitch, bottom of the 8th inning, fly ball to right to Mauricio Dubon. And he hits a fly ball, as I said, to right, caught by Tucker. And Dubon is out number 1.
And the first out bat is brought to you by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming on the scoreboard. The Giants a 3-1 winner over the White Sox. Patrick Bailey with a 2-run triple for San Francisco. Twins knock off the Tigers 4-1.
Paredes will take a strike.
Byron Buxton hit his 18th home run for Minnesota, solo shot. The Blue Jays a 9-0 drubbing of the Red Sox. The Cardinals shut out the Guardians 5-0.
Isaac Paredes takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sonny Gray improves to 8-2 on the year. Gray with another dominant performance. A complete game shutout.
How about that? You don't see those very often anymore. CG, 9 innings, no runs.
Yeah.
How many hits did they get, Zach?
Just 1, and he struck out 11.
Who got the hit? Do you know?
Should be easy to find, but I can't do it at this particular time.
I understand. Here's a swing and a drive deep center. Back goes Cora Armstrong. Makes the catch. 2 down. Paredes gave it a long ride. Cora Armstrong caught it with no trouble. And the batter now is Jose Altuve.
Other action around the majors. The Reds with an 8-1 victory as Spencer Steer had his first career 3-home run game for Cincinnati. Yankees beat the A's 3-0. The Pirates a 9-1 victory over the Mets.
Jose Altuve looks at ball 1.
Top of the 9th inning at Camden Yards. The Orioles with a 22-8 lead over the Rays.
22-8. There's the bouncer foul by Altuve. I'm looking at that on the out-of-town scoreboard and left. Baltimore's had 5 different innings of 3 or more runs.
Yeah. That doesn't look like an actual score of a game the way it's going across the board. Looks like they just threw numbers up there.
Breaking ball low to Altuve.
I mean, you never see a game like that, right?
22 runs. I'm guessing they resorted to a position player pitching in the bottom of the 8th inning when they got
a while ago, maybe.
Yeah, maybe earlier than that. Here's the 2-1. Fly ball right center on the run. Tucker gets there on the run, makes the catch to end the inning. We go to the ninth. The Cubs need a big rally. They trail 7-3 on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
When your morning needs an extra boost, choose Starbucks Double Shot Energy. And then choose between delicious ready-to-drink flavors like vanilla, mocha, or white chocolate. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. A good day starts with better coffee. Start with Starbucks coffee.
If you want total control of your education, you've got it at WGU. You're not tied to traditional semester schedules at WGU and can even graduate ahead of schedule by proving mastery of the material you already know. This means you can finish your degree in less time and for less money. See how your knowledge can give you an edge at wgu.edu.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Cubs are down by 4, batting here in the ninth inning. Let's see if they can make it interesting. Leading off is Carson Kelly. Carson with a single and 3 at-bats. First pitch outside. He will take the second one down low. Souza, the left-hander, still on the mound. Very few fans have left. 39,451 are here. All 3 to Kelly. A very nice gift would be a leadoff walk right here on 4 pitches.
Yeah, Cubs need base runners. You got to be taking here, I would think.
A 3-0, and that is a strike. Zach gave us the information for Cleveland. The only hit against Sonny Gray tonight was by Nolan Jones. Well, 1-hit complete game. The 3-1, check swing down low, no swing. Cubs get a man on. There's a foot in the door. You never know in this crazy game. I've seen stranger things happen, Ron. I know you have too.
I just saw a strange thing happen there on 3-1 in a 4-run game. 3-1 slider in the dirt.
Instead of a fastball.
Instead of a fastball, just throw it in there and take your chances.
Souza, the left-hander from the stretch, delivers to Nico Horner a strike. Nico appeared to be taking all the way, which would make sense. Cubs need a couple of more guys to get on to get the tying run to the plate. Here's a high fly ball, deep left center. Going back is Myers near the track. It's not going to carry. Myers makes the catch, and that's out number 1.
Nico gave it a ride left center, but 399 in that left center gap where he hit that ball. Hit it right to the track.
Let's see who the attendance winner was. It looks like it was Ron Coomer. Ron guessed 37,800, so you are the winner in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Now lefty to lefty as Michael Busch steps in. Bush pinch hit for Justin Turner and flied out in his only at-bat prior. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a foul back. Cubs had a 2-run double from Matt Shaw in the 7th. A solo home run from Nico Horner in the 5th. It's not enough yet. Swing and a foul back. They're being out-hit 10-7.
Yeah, the two big blows, 2 3-run homers early in the ball game. Those were game-changing.
It was 7-0 by the 4th inning, Ron. And the Cubs have been battling uphill, struggling ever since. And now it's the 9th inning. Here's a Tapper foul. Zach will have all the other scores on the postgame show later on. And we will have game 2 for you tomorrow night. Colin Ray starting for the Cubs. The Astros have not yet announced their starter. Here's a liner toward right coming in. Smith makes the catch. And the throw back to first, not in time. Bush hit it hard. Cam Smith has had a big game. Cam Smith had a 3-run homer back in the 4th. He's been on base all 4 times up. And now there are 2 down here in the top of the 9th inning. Cubs down 7-3. Matt Shaw stepping in. And he will take a strike. Carson Kelly runs to second and takes the bag uncontested. They will not credit him with a steal.
Defensive indifference.
Ruling his defensive indifference. Here's a pitch taken down low for a ball. Did you ever get a bag like that and they said defensive indifference and it kind of perturbed you a little bit?
Yeah, I ran a second. Get something for that, shouldn't you?
Tapper slowly toward third is foul. Did you wave up to the booth and maybe like, hey, how about me? I'm trying out.
How about
here.
a little something for the usher there?
Now the fans are standing. They must have heard us talking.
Yeah.
I think this ovation is for you. I really do.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Cubs are down to their last strike. Ron, you can sit down. And the pitch. It's low and outside. It gets away from the catcher and down to third goes Carson Kelly. Fans throwing paper and pens up to the booth. Now they want signatures.
Yeah. See if Matty can drive in another run here with a man at third.
Cubs down to their last strike. Swinging a base hit down the left field line. That's going to be an extra base knock for Shaw. He will scamper to second. He's going to hold there. That's a wise move. The Cubs are down to their last out. And now it's a 7-4 ball game. Now, all of a sudden, you get another guy on, and the tying run comes to the plate.
Yeah.
So this thing is not over yet.
Absolutely. Well, you know, and what that'll do is that's going to get Josh Hader up in the bullpen. Yeah, and that's going to take a long, slow walk for the pitching coach to go out and talk to his left-hander. Oh, they're taking him out.
So it is a save situation.
Yeah.
The rule says either the batter or the man on deck must represent the tying run. And Josh Hader, we've seen plenty of him over the years when he worked in Milwaukee. Being in the same division, we became quite familiar with Josh Hader. Anyway, a pitching change is made. The new lefty on the mound, Hader. We'll be back in a moment, and pitching changes by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. We'll be back in a moment. The Cubs trail 7-4 in the ninth. On the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows July 4th savings are worth celebrating. Right now, get up to 40% off select major appliances and get an additional 10% off 2 or more select major appliances. Plus, get 3 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. These deals are coming in hot. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/9. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast with a wave of tropical lime flavor, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Ian Happ at the plate, swings away and pops it up, foul. Coming back as the catcher Diaz. This ball is out of play. 7-4 Houston. Happ needs to reach to keep the Cubs alive. And Kyle Tucker on deck. Of course, the guy with home run power. The fans are standing here in Houston. The Astros looking for their 5th consecutive win. Hader is a perfect 21 for 21 in saving games this season. The pitch to Happ, it misses low and away. Or did they call that a strike? A delayed call, strike 2, called by Carlos Torres. That was a bad pitch.
Yeah, that wasn't close.
Cubs are down to their last strike. Happ lines one towards center right there to make the catch. Is Myers, and the ball game is over. Happ hit it hard, but right to the center fielder. It's all over. Houston wins game 1 by a score of 7-4. And we'll be back with the totals right after this on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal, but I saw you from across the cafe, and you're the Geico Gecko, right? In the flesh. Oh, my goodness. This is huge to finally meet you. I love Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Well, that's how Geico gets 97% customer satisfaction.
Anyway, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your food.
No worries. So are you just going to watch me eat?
Oh, sorry. Just a little starstruck. I'll be on my way.
If you're going to stick around, just pull up a chair.
You're the best.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee. When your morning needs an extra boost, choose Starbucks Double Shot Energy. And then choose between delicious ready-to-drink flavors like vanilla, mocha, or white chocolate. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. A good day starts with better coffee. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules.